Record. So, welcome to Deductive Tasting Tuesday, where we try to evaluate wine. Well, we actually do evaluate wine for aromas, taste, and little different nuances. I am Tuanni, owner of Winetasting, and we are going to get started. So, this week we are tasting Spanish white wine blends. Now, I know this might have been a little bit of a challenge for you guys, but I wanted everyone to step out of the box just because I found that people really enjoyed last season when we drank different type of grapes that you don't usually hear about. So this is one of those grapes. It's kind of hard. You've all heard of like Rioja, you've all heard of Cava, and when you think about Rioja, you think about a red wine. When you think about Cava, of course, that's sparkling wine. But when you think about a white wine Spanish blend, you don't usually just go to the store and get that. So that's what you did this time. Let's first start off by finding out what everyone has. Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first because I confess I was thinking it was an Italian blend, so I bought an Italian wine instead of a red wine.
Okay,
and so it's the Gambino. So you were right, Janelle. I was the one that was wrong. It's a Gambino. I don't know, Tifia, T-I-F-E-A. And it's got three different wines in it. Conte is the first. It's probably over 70% of that. And Catarata or something is 24%. And then there's Manila, which is only 5%. So I apologize. I have the wrong country, but.
It's okay, but at least it's still in Europe, and at least it's still white, and at least it's still a blend. So, like, you know, 2 out of 3 is not bad at all.
Not so bad.
And I kept saying Italy in the first class, and they were like, were we supposed to have a Spanish one? I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why I did that. My brain just went to Italian.
So how about Elliot and Laverne? Do you guys want to say what you guys have?
I wanted to ask a question. She said red wine. Is it supposed to be red?
No, she has that's a white wine that you have, right?
It's a white.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a white wine, but it's not a white blend from where are we from?
Spain.
It's a white blend from Santa Barbara. It's a white blend from Santa Rita Hills. It's called Graymont Estate. And so this is a 2013 white blend from Santa Rita, Santa Barbara County.
Does it say the grapes that are in there?
Does it say the what?
The grapes.
The grapes.
No, it doesn't really say. It says Terroir, quality Terroir wines.
Okay.
Terroir, what does that mean?
That's the land.
This means quality terroir, like it comes from good places or whatever. But we could probably look at it to see. And if it's Santa Barbara, it's probably like more Rhone style grapes. So it's probably like Viognier for sure. But we'll look that up and we'll see. All right. Who's next? Candace?
I'll go. I'm drinking Carmen's wine. It's a Montenovo. Godello, and it's from the Val d'Isle vineyards, and I'm not sure the year. I think it was a 2019, Carmen. So if she comes back, ask her.
The 2019, you said?
It is a 2019. What year was it? That you have?
2019.
Yeah. And what are the grapes in it? Does it say? I looked it up when I bought it, but that paper's in the other room. I'll run and get it. Does it say the grape mix?
No.
They had a whole write-up about the Godello grapes and the vineyard that it was written up on. So that was one of the reasons why I picked that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't say anything here.
Okay. I'll look it up and I'll report back.
You took one of my recommendations and you went to Stanley's Wine Shop?
Yeah. And I've eaten it. I've had one there.
Floats?
I'm not sure.
Floats?
I'll look it up.
So yeah, Kim.
I'll look it up.
So Kim, remember last week I gave you guys a list of like wine shops, like local wine shops, small boutique wine shops. So one of them was Stanley's in Culver City, right?
Yeah.
So that's where she went, to Stanley's in Culver City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there before, and it's really nice. And they're doing everything curbside, so you can't go in the store, but you can order online. They have it ready for you to pick up curbside. I ordered it, and we drove out there within 20, 30 minutes, and it was ready. I wanted to go to Adam's Wine Shop, but they were closed today. And then K&L is one of the ones near me that I like too, but they're a bigger wine shop, and so they have a centralized ordering station, and their wines aren't ready the day of. So yeah,
their stores aren't open yet either, right? So in LA right now, it's only essential stores that are essential places that are open.
No, they just open up the whole.
They let you order, but you can't go in the store. But you they don't have, I don't know if they don't have the staff, or they have a centralized wine ordering location, and then I think they tell the store what's been ordered. So he said it would be a day or two before I could pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
I see what you're saying. And Utah, I could not live in Utah. I thought about that the other day. I was thinking about something. I think I said something about a job or something like that. I was like, oh, hell no, I could not move to Utah.
All my kids are here, so.
Yeah, and then I have this one big client that I'm trying to book, and they're like, oh, we have 2 people that are in Utah, and it's like for wine delivery for 60 people, and 2 of the people live in Utah. And I was like, no, the wine company I'm working with, they don't deliver to Utah. And they were like, well, is there any way you could do? I was like, nobody delivers to Utah.
No.
It's the law. Yes. All right. So
if no one delivers there, can a private person send it?
you're not supposed to send wine through the mail as a private citizen. You're supposed to be a licensed distributor. I mean,
I think you can send 2 bottles from Europe here, so 2 bottles is reasonable to send without putting it in your suitcase.
I probably would.
But it's expensive.
Yeah, I probably would declare it.
University of the State Liquor Store, and what I got is Vega Sedona, and it said that it's Spain ink, and it was in the Portuguese white blend section. I had to look a lot, but then I come home and it says Chardonnay.
Okay, but maybe it has something else in it though. Like maybe it's not 100% Chardonnay. Maybe it's like 85% Chardonnay, so they can technically put Chardonnay on the label, but they may have something else blended in with it. And since it's Spain, I'm sure that they do have something else blended in with that Chardonnay. I'm sure that it's not just 100%. Yeah, I love the bottle label. Can you look at it? Can you hold it up one more time?
It was pretty.
Higher. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Beautiful. I love how colorful.
It's beautiful.
And so I love it when the wine matches the label, because sometimes, we'll buy wine just because of the pretty label.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm hoping that wine matches. We'll find out. All right, Kim, what are you sipping on today?
I am not drinking. I am not drinking. So I am sipping on some peppermint tea right now. So I have to buy.
At least it's something that's aromatic, like peppermints.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Carmen. No, did we go? Carmen, yes, Carmen.
No, you're on mute.
I have the same thing Candace has.
But did you open the other one?
It was.
Are you gonna taste it?
Yeah, no, I did. I mean, I poured it.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us about the other one, because you have Candace. Wait, Candace, you didn't tell us about.
No, I didn't tell you about this one. I told you about the one that she has also. The one
so
that's
you
on
need
her
to
bottle.
tell us about that one then. Okay.
This one. Okay. This is called Ontaño, maybe, and it's from the Rioja region. It's Vetiver 2017, and then it says Viura down at the bottom. Mm-hmm. And it is, where is the blend? I'm trying not to read all the other stuff. It just says Vino Blanco, white wine. It's not saying what it's blended with.
Yeah, especially since it's not saying what it's blended with, then most likely it's definitely blended with something else. The varietal 100% on the name. Let's.
And I don't know what Viura is, so I looked up what Viura.
It's the name of a grape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the main white grapes in Spain. All right, so we have a new one to the group. Welcome, Tina, to our wine tribe where we are taking
Welcome, Tina.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, Tina just signed up today. Thank you. And she's especially, did you say you in your email you're especially excited about Cabernet when we do Cabernet Sauvignon?
Yes.
Okay, so that's coming up. It's coming up today. We are actually tasting a Spanish white wine or Spanish-Italian white wine blend. And then something from Santa Barbara, which is going to be a white wine blend as well. So if you don't have the Spanish varietal, you have the substitute. And so just keep in mind though, like we're trying to step outside of the box. So I love Santa Barbara wines, but next time let's, get some Spanish wines or some European wines. That way when somebody's like, hey, do you like Spanish wines? You can say, hey, I had this one and it was so good, blah, blah, blah. All right, Tina, are you drinking anything tonight?
I didn't know what to open. I was like, are we drinking whites tonight or red?
Yes, we are drinking, if you have one, just so happen to have one in your cellar, we are drinking Spanish white wine blends.
Spanish white wine blend.
Yes, that is what we're drinking. So if you don't have a Spanish white wine blend, you can get any white blend. So we're drinking white wine, you can get any white blend. Or if you just have like a Spanish wine, you can get a Spanish wine.
Okay, I'll grab one.
All right. So while she's grabbing that, everybody already took their condolence and sip. For Candace, we poured a little bit of something out for the homie, but we poured it down our throats, not down on the streets. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Whatever.
I'm your homie. If you pour something out for me, you pour it in the right place. All right. Everybody pour a little bit in their glass or enough, or refill your glass, top it back up so you'll have enough to like look at it properly. And while we wait for Tina, we're just going to take a look at this wine. So if you have a white piece of paper, you can even use a white piece of paper from your Deductive tasting kit here. And then it makes it really cool so that you always have a piece of white paper to compare it to. Put it at a 45-degree angle, like so. See if you can see the color. If you could just do like this maybe so I could see the color, put the white paper in the back. There we go. I see yours, Candace. I see yours, Elliot. If everybody could just do that. Elliot, so listen, I want the white to go in back of the glass like this so we could see the wine. Yes. No. Put the facing, the writing part should face. Yes, there we go.
He's so funny.
Yeah. Where's LeBert? You need some help. LeBert, come get your man. He been drinking already.
You have to go to the restroom real quick. Oh my God.
She's gonna be like,
I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right.
All right. So so I can see the color. I'm just gonna take a picture of that because it looks so good, everybody. So hold on for a second. Bear with me while I get my camera straight. All right. Say cheese. There we go. Say cheese. Smile, Kim. Perfect. Thank you. And Kim, I'm so glad that you came. It's like wine pouring, just listening to everybody talk about their wines, right? I'm super excited. No, I'm not drinking with you guys. So the first thing you want to do when you taste the wine is you want to look at it, and what you're looking for is your color and your clarity. Your wine should always be clear. It should never be cloudy. Even if it's unfiltered and organic, it should still be clear. I've seen them make clear wine when it's unfiltered and filtered and organic, right? So then after you look for that, you're looking for the color. So keep in mind that white wine gets older as it gets darker as it gets older, and red wine gets lighter as it gets older, right? So what you want to notice about the color is the color barely there, which means that there's hardly any color pigmentation in it, right? So it might be like a very, very, very pale yellow, the most palish yellow, almost like water. Is it medium, right? Medium or moderate intensity in the color, it's going to mean that it has a little bit of color. You can tell that this is yellow or it's gold. you can see some color in the wine. Now you can have moderate minus leaning more towards the belly there, or you can have moderate plus leaning towards intense color. Or you could just have moderate or medium color, right? You don't have to have a plus or a minus. Then the next thing you would have is intense. I don't see anybody's wine that looks intense. I didn't see that at all. But intense would be a rich, deep, dark yellow color, like golden color. You can see the goldenness in the color, like a gold bar, all right? So that would be intense for the white wines. Of course, the scale is a little bit different for red wines. So please tell me.
I feel like one is yellower than the other, so that's.
Oh, I like that.
Since I have both.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get the white.
Which one is the more yellow one?
I think the 2017, the one that I broke, the Ontignon, when I poured it, I thought it looked darker.
Really?
Okay.
That's the color.
She's asking us
That's the Ontignon?
Yeah. And then wait, hold on.
That's cool.
Wait, let me get the better light. I'll change light. Okay. So this one looks really yellow to me.
Yeah.
You know what? That one looks like a brighter yellow color to me. So yeah. And then let me see the other one again.
And then the other one looks really lighter. Look here.
Oh yeah, so the other one, that one is pale, barely there, right? That one is barely.
Yeah, this is pale.
And then the other one looks like that was moderate. Moderate.
Yeah. This is the one you dropped, Candace.
That's the one I dropped. Don't remind me. I'm gonna have to take another drink.
And what year is the first one that you showed us? The one Candace didn't drop. What year is that one?
This one is, as you said, well, this one is 2019.
Okay. Yeah. So then you can kind of see the difference in the color as it starts to age a little bit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
Look at
amazing,
that.
right? I love it when we can nerd out for that, right? So you could say, oh, this may be a little bit older. Not old, but more like mature. All right, so now after you look at it, the next thing you want to do is and Tina, we all took a celebratory sip. So if you want to take a sip while we go through these steps, take the sip and then we can just go on. All right.
Got to get the cooking together. Sorry, though.
No worries. So now after you look at the wine, you want to swirl the wine. So is there or does anybody notice any legs in this wine at all?
Yes.
No, it might be hard with white wine because it's not very pigmented, but.
Yeah, I have tears.
Tears, yes.
They're not a lot. There's not a lot, but there's tears.
Laverne, you guys are muted. All right. So now let's go through the smelling. So like you swirled it, bring it up to your nose and smell it.
Oh.
Yes. So the first thing I want you to do is smell in color, right? I forget this step a lot of times, but like, let's smell in color. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about judging the wine. Don't think about if it was stainless steel, if it was oak, if it was this. Just take a smell of the wine, swirl it, and then smell it and tell me what color that comes to mind. What's the first color that comes to mind? Yellow. Thank you. Thank you, Laverne.
I was thinking even like a pale green or something.
Okay, I like that. Pale green. Anybody else?
Yellow.
Okay. So that's the first thing you do. And then because that color might give you an indication of how you're going to taste or what flavor profiles you're going to pick up. So does anybody pick up any citrus aromas, any oranges, grapefruits, citrus? It could also be
lemon
of these grape juice.
Yeah.
So like lemon. Is it the full lemon,
Pineapple.
like the flesh of the lemon, or is it the rind?
Oh.
The rind, kind of like the rind.
The rind. Yeah.
Rind.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see. Let's go to the next card. So I'm using these cards from the Deductive Tasting Kit to kind of guide us. So we're going to go through each one of them. So the next one is stone fruits. Do you guys smell any stone fruits? That would be peaches, plums, anything that has a big seed.
I say peaches. Yeah.
What color peach? White peach or yellow peach?
Oh, man.
White.
Maybe.
white
Yeah.
peach.
Maybe white.
White peach. White peach.
Okay, now, would you say, is there any indication of bubbles in anybody's?
No.
No.
No bubbles.
No bubbles? All right. And then what about tropical? Do you have any tropical aromas like pineapple, guava? Any tropical?
Pineapple.
Pineapple for me too.
Nice. Now, what kind of pineapple? Is it a ripe pineapple or underripe pineapple?
Underripe.
Underripe. I love it. And it's so crazy because the same characteristics that you guys are getting for this wine are the same characteristics that they got in the earlier class. All right. What about any herbaceousness? Herbs.
What do you mean by that? Vanilla?
Wait, so let me explain to you what I mean by herbaceousness first. So herbaceous means like fresh cut grass or any spices that you would have, but in the fresh format. So like if you have rosemary, it's the fresh rosemary that you have. If it's thyme, it's the fresh thyme. So that's what I mean by herbaceousness. Do you have any herbaceousness in your wine? Nope. All right, what about any earthiness? Anything from the earth that would be like the grass?
I think he kind of like, I think mine is minerality, so I don't know about grass yet.
I love that. So that was the next card, actually, minerality. So how would you describe this minerality? And that's perfect. Would you say the minerality was like?
I was thinking maybe the ocean, kind of a sandy,
okay,
you know, rock, stones, the rocks. Like when you always say when we lick the rock, you know, that's kind of what I'm getting.
Stony.
Any savory spices like jalapeno, rosemary, anything savory spices?
What was the one you said?
I said vanilla.
No, before that. Sage. She said she smells a sage, kind of.
A little bit of sage. All right, that's very interesting. And then, what about? Wait, did I lose a card?
And I know you didn't say it, but I was thinking kind of even a sour apple or something. You know, maybe like a kind of a pearish apple thing is what I thought I had going on.
No, and you know what? Just because I didn't say it doesn't mean that it needs to get said. So thank you so much for bringing that up. And then what about, sorry, my cards are all out of order. I'm glad I numbered them. So this fruit that you said, what I hear you guys saying is that the fruit that is in the wine is a little bit more, no, we have to talk about baking spices. I'm so sorry. Baking spices, because especially Laverne got some baking spices in hers. So baking spices would be anything like vanilla, nutmeg. Just think about those.
Hint of vanilla for me.
A hint of vanilla? Okay, so let's put a thumb in that. Anybody else have any vanilla or any baking spices? All right, so whenever you smell baking spices in a wine, that's an indication that the wine was aged in oak barrels, right? So right now, if you went through all the flavor profiles, you can say, you know what? I had a little bit of peach, I had a little bit of green apple, and a hint of vanilla. I think this wine was aged in oak. You look at the color, and if it's barely there, you can say, I think it's barely there based on the color. So that's the whole thing. You want to be able to put all of this together and say, because of this, this is why it tastes like that. All right? So because you smell vanilla, you're going to say that I think that this was aged in oak barrels, if that makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
So let's move on to card number 12, which is going to be the underripeness in the fruit. So would you say that the fruit that you did taste in this wine, was it ripe, underripe, or ripe or underripe? Those are the two options.
Right.
I think under.
Underripe, okay. And then would you say that the fruit was fresh or dried?
Fresh.
Yep, that's what I expected for people to say. And then we did get some oak, so some wood. And then would you say that the flavor, the aromas, would you say they were delicate, warm, or strong?
Warm.
Warm?
One is so delicate, and the darker one is so.
Well, you could always say
intense.
warm closer to the delicate side, you know what I mean? And especially if you're going to compare it with the red. So you can say warm closer to like the delicate side.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
the one that Carmen has, the Montenegro, I think that's delicate.
It's delicate, yeah.
All right, so now let's take our second sip. I know you guys already took your celebratory first sip, but now we're going to take a little sip. All right, and you want me to tell you if this wine is...
There were several celebrations there, I think.
I love it.
I'm on several.
Yeah.
So
Not saying how many.
We're feeling you, Candace.
Would you say that this wine is sweet or dry?
Dry.
It's
Dry and
but
tart.
it's a little fruit forward. Mine is a little fruit forward.
Yeah.
No, but you know what?
The Montenegro, yeah.
The Montenegro's a little fruit forward, huh, Carmen?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so definitely, it can be definitely dry, but that's just the way that you want to account for the sweetness. So I hate when people say, oh, I'm drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon, and they're like, it's sweet. And I'm like, no, that's not the flavor profile, right? So maybe it's just fruit forward. So
yes.
okay. And let's talk about the savoring of the wine. So everybody take another sip. Hold it on your tongue for a little bit. Let the wine meet your tongue. Hello, wine. Hello, tongue. Swish it around so the wine touches all parts of your mouth. And then you want to swallow the wine. After you swallow the wine, you want to notice about the finish, right? So is the finish long, short, or medium?
Long for me.
Long. Okay.
Medium.
Medium.
I say medium.
Medium. So we have a cross between medium and strong. Would you say the alcohol level in here is low, medium, or high alcohol?
Medium.
Medium, okay.
I would say low.
Light.
I would say low.
Lovely.
It's like not too high.
All right. Did you guys already tell me if it was a long finish or a short finish? You said it's medium finish, right? It's medium finish with medium alcohol. And yeah, what about the acidity? How did the acidity feel?
Moderate. It's not high at all.
But it was definitely there, right? Could you definitely feel some acidity?
I would even say for the Montenegro, Carmen, you let me know, but was that kind of even mild acidity?
It's very mild.
It's
no, I think it's mild.
Yeah.
It's mild. Okay, so then
the finish, I feel like I taste some lime.
You taste some lime. Oh, nice. On the finish. So
I would want to squeeze some lime in here.
I love it.
That's a good point.
When you taste a wine at first, but then as it sits out, maybe you have it in your glass for an hour and you revisit it, then you can actually pick up some of the flavors and the aromas in the wine.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So would you say that your wine is balanced? So remember, let me just show you this card, my favorite card. So forget that it says sweetness. I'm going to change that to flavor, right? So the flavor, the flavor, the alcohol, and the tannins or the acidity, right? All of that should come together to make the wine really enjoyable. If your wine is not acidic, raise your glass. No, if your wine is not balanced, not balanced, raise your glass. If your wine is balanced, raise your glass. That's a better way to say it. If your wine feels balanced, all right? So we don't have any unbalanced wine, which is good because that's a sign of a quality wine. All right. So now let's talk about the actual quality of the wine, right? Would you say that your wine is poor, acceptable, good, or outstanding? The quality of the wine.
This is
I know
mine is good.
Good?
Yeah.
I'll say for what it is.
Does anybody have if you have a poor wine, raise your hand. Raise your glass. If you have an acceptable wine, raise your glass. If you have a
The
good
darker
wine,
one is acceptable.
okay.
I just feel like it makes me want to eat something with it, whereas the lighter, I could just enjoy
drink
it by
it.
itself.
Yeah, but
I
the
agree.
part that makes you want to eat something is a great thing, right? So Italians especially are known for doing this, making their wine super acidity because they want you to keep eating and keep eating and keep eating. So
This will keep me eating.
okay. So that
So Carmen, you have 2 different wines?
I do. So Candace and I will buy 2 different versions of the wine for the week, and then we split it.
that's
So I have 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
And I
one-
broke mine, Tina, so I didn't get to use it.
Which one? Okay, so Candace has the Montanavo.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other one, Carmen?
It's
Candace has
called,
that bottle.
it's called Antonio. I broke it accidentally.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Antonio is really, it's much more robust. It's heavier. It's earthier, as Tani was teaching us. And it's good, but it just makes me want, it makes me want pasta and shrimp and chicken.
yeah, I think that that's good. That means that the wine is doing its job. Yes. Tina, before we move on to like how people personally match up with these wines,
Peter's over here.
tell us what you're drinking.
Oh, this is a Chardonnay by House of Brown.
Okay, you're gonna have to pour a little bit of that and talk to us about that because did you open it or are you just showing us?
Yes, I opened.
Bow down, bow down.
Otherwise, you're way behind, Tina.
Gotta catch up, gotta catch up.
You gotta catch up, Tina.
So tell us about how this wine tastes. Like, first of all, you poured some in your glass and you held it up to the white paper. Was
Yes,
it
I
really
did.
there? Was it intense? What was it?
Yeah, it must be something.
Well, it's not golden, it's more yellow.
Yeah, and it's a bright yellow, and it's a pretty reflective yellow. So I would say that is like medium, but I think I like medium plus because of the actual brightness. I don't know if it's because you have good light, but it looks like it's a really great color.
Yeah, no, it does look.
It does look like a great color.
It does look good in the color. And when we were doing our sniffing, I smelled citrus. I could smell lemon, and then I never thought to about lemon, the rind.
Yes.
That, when you said that, I was going like, oh, that is what I'm smelling.
Yeah, so sometimes, you have the flesh of the lemon, which smells totally different than the actual rind.
It does.
Right? And then when you have that rind, it smells a little bit more like, I don't want to say grassy, but a little bit more floral mixed with the fruitiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so lemon rind. And then what about, like, how did it taste? So when you tasted it, did it taste like it smelled, or did you have new aromas?
Oh, not there yet.
Okay.
But
take a sip.
But it did linger when I took the sip.
Let's take a sip of it, right? So when you take a sip of the wine, and we're going to show her the trick that we usually use. So hold it on your tongue for a little bit. See if you can suck in some air, like, without drooling, because we don't want to laugh at you since you knew.
I just have to do another sip. Hold on.
Okay. I won't make you laugh this time.
Okay.
All right. So then you want to notice if there was anything else besides the lemon rind, besides the green apple. Maybe is there anything else that you noticed in the flavors? Maybe any vanilla, anything you could have noticed.
I noticed other stuff. I just don't know what I'm noticing yet.
It's okay. You'll get there. This is season 2 for us, right? So I feel like everybody sounds like a pro. All right. But then you did say
How did anyone actually try smelling different things so that you sort of get used to what you're smelling and tasting?
We have since we've been in this class.
Okay.
Yeah, because let me show you this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she has a kit, but I just pull out the cinnamon, I pull out the nutmeg, I pull out the vanilla.
Okay.
I, go look at my dirt and the rocks or whatever I have.
Eat some dirt.
Lemons. I always have lemons.
Rolling around our tongue.
So Candace, when you're down there sniffing the dirt, people are going to be
Right.
You know what? It's COVID. Everybody should go
That's the wine girl.
Neighbors.
So I have a wine aroma kit. It's actually in my office, but my office is so hot, so I can't even work in my office in the summertime. So I have my computer downstairs. But a wine aroma
Really?
kit, I spent like $300 on this wine aroma kit, and it comes with 36 different aromas, and it's what Somms use to train their nose, because a well-trained nose can go over 2,000 aromas, right? My nose is still not that well trained, all right? But the whole thing is
Right.
used to practicing smelling things on your own. So then on
That
their
makes
own,
sense.
so then that way when you smell the wine, you can pick them out. So what I
Yeah.
did was I actually said, I want to come out with a product that is a wine aroma kit, my own wine aroma kit. And when I do my wine aroma kit, so I first got these big bottles, right? And I was like, okay, Tuanni, you can't ship these. This is for your do-it-yourself class. But basically, these are red peppercorns, right? But I love it because you can see them. And then I got these from, there's a spice store, because right next to my neighborhood is like an Indian. And when I say Indian, I mean like Asian Indian, right? Neighborhood. And so they have this spice store where you can just go buy the spices by bulk. They're on like bags. So I bought these red peppercorns, and whenever I describe a wine, and I'll be like, oh no, it's like red, it's like pink pepper and not like black pepper. It's like white pepper. People are like, what? There's a difference, and I've never heard of pink pepper. There's no pink pepper. You're making it up. This pink peppercorn. And then so I said, you know what? Let me make them smaller so I can actually put them in a box and then sell them. So here's the pink peppercorn again, and then here's some jalapeno. I should have used dried jalapeno, but I used fresh jalapeno. But when it was fresh, you could really smell it, and you can smell what it smells like in wine.
Wow, the thought of jalapeno.
Some cloves, because you get clove in a lot of red wines.
Yeah.
So basically what this is, you just get used to smelling them on their own. So you just open it up, smell it on its own, see if you can guess it. So like, of course, it's not covered so you can see that it's clove, but maybe you don't know that it's clove.
Right.
I have vanilla. So I have vanilla. So yeah. So that, I hope that was a long explanation to your question.
Oh, that was perfect.
Do it yourself. Make your own wine aroma kit. Do it yourself.
That's a great idea.
And then here's my white pepper. So,
Mm.
all right.
I love that idea.
So what about, you said that you could feel a little bit of tingling on the sides of your tongue. That's the acidity, right? So let's just talk about what you're going to feel. You're going to feel the acidity in the sides of your tongue. It's going to make your mouth water. It's going to make you want food, right? And honestly, that's the point of wine sometimes. A lot of times you want food and wine, right? And it's 6 o'clock, it's dinner time. But sometimes you do, just like Carmel said, sometimes you just want a glass of wine and you don't want to think about food. You want that wine in your meal. So you don't want to acidity. There's a time and a place for this.
Put it in the meat.
All right, so then in the center of your tongue and in the back of your tongue, that's where you're going to feel the tannins. We're drinking red wine, so we don't have tannins to worry about. At the tip of your tongue, that's where you're going to have the sweetness. And when we talk about the sweetness in wine, there's 2 types of sweetness. Sweetness that you get from the actual fruit, and that's going to be the flavor of the wine, right? That's literally the sweetness. And then you get sweetness from the residual sugar.
Start talking crazy.
So, hey, Elliot and Laverne, y'all having your own conversation.
They are having a party.
I know.
Excuse me.
They're like, we didn't heard all of this before.
We're putting on mute.
So the sweetness that you get from the sugar and the residual sugar, that's what you're going to call sweet wine, like a Moscato, like a Riesling. Some Riesling can be sweet. All right. So just to give you a little map of your tongue and what you should be smelling. And then after you swallow the wine, then you want to notice about the finish, right? So the finish is how long that wine lingers in your tongue and in the back of your throat. Is it short? Is it medium? Is it long? The sign of a good wine, just like a good man, or have a long and beautiful finish. Candace knows she's been married forever and a day. Yes. Elliot and Laverne, they know too, because they've been married for. They forget.
Yes, we do.
They've been married so long, they forget other people are around when they having conversations. That's how you know you've been married for a long time. When you just get lost in the conversation, you're like, oh shit, we got other people here. I love it. That's on my goal list. That's my goal list. I need to be that person. So then you just talk about the finish and like how long it lingers. And then that's also when you want to notice the alcohol in the wine. So did everybody notice like the alcohol? Did we talk about how the alcohol felt in your wine, you guys?
We didn't. We didn't.
I just skipped the whole section.
What's
right?
the alcoholic content?
We just said medium. You asked and we said medium.
Hi, Kimberly.
Why can't she jump? She was fast. She jumped off already.
You have to go.
So can somebody just tell me if your alcohol was high? Tell me about how the alcohol felt high. Did you feel a little bit of burning sensation in your throat when you swallowed it?
My alcohol didn't feel like it was too much. It didn't feel anything, but it was 15.1.
Wow, for a white wine.
Wow.
Yes, it was
What's he
15.1.
done?
Yeah. California wine.
So much.
Wow.
Man, Elliot.
I'm starting to feel it right now.
That's a lot.
So high for a white wine. That's super high.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like it.
It doesn't taste like it. No, it doesn't taste like it's that high. It tastes like it's weak, like 12 something.
Wow.
But 15.1.
They're Grape Estates. Okay.
Yeah, sneaking up on me. Sneaking up on me.
All right. Janelle, how does the alcohol feel in yours?
Moderate.
Moderate. Okay, so you can feel like a little bit of a little tingle.
Just a little.
Just a little. Yeah. And then if you look at the bottle, what is the alcohol percentage?
The alcohol content, 13.5.
13.5. Okay, so that's pretty standard for a white wine, especially in California. In Europe, that's a little bit high, on the higher end.
Carmen, what is ours? What is the Montenegro?
14.5.
Wow. How does the other one?
So
the other one is only 12.5.
It's light and sneaky. What?
The other one says only 12.5.
Wow, but you said it was.
So the lighter.
Carmen, what did you call
it? The lighter one is heavier.
Yeah. No, I said the lighter one is light and sneaky because it's so light that I just want to drown it down. I'll be gone.
And that's 14.5. The other one is lighter. The other one is 12.5. That's only 12.5.
Yeah, mine's only 12.5 too.
And then
first Chardonnay is 12.5. Okay.
So what is the average?
Wait 1 second. Let me add
14.
Oh, 14 is the average.
The average for white wine in general, if you're in Europe, it's going to be 13%, 12.5 to 13% alcohol if you're in Europe. If you're in America, it's going to be 13.5 and going up, right? The average should be 13.5 for a white wine. For a red wine, it should be like 14.5. So, of course, you can things higher and lower. Linda, what was the alcohol content on yours? I mean, don't tell me what the alcohol content was. Tell me how it felt first.
It felt really smooth. Like it wasn't out of balance. Let's just say it wasn't out of balance.
Okay.
So
what was
it's
Linda drinking again?
I'm drinking the Italian one. Tifio.
Oh yeah.
But it's a 3 type of grape blend. So but it's really very nice. There's different types of that. And this one is one of the more expensive ones because I thought I was going to splurge because I got the wrong country, but they're not even touching.
Nice. So nice.
I love that.
Thank you for splurging.
Yeah, it's very nice though. It's a really nice, smooth, has enough tartness and enough sort of interesting things going on that it's useful, but it's smooth.
Nice.
It's really balanced. So
And Tina, what was the alcohol? How did the
Is it
alcohol
out?
feel for you?
Mine's is
Keep
13
it in
point.
the room.
Yes, but how did it feel when you did this
It's
and
got
you
3
swallowed it?
bars. Okay.
Yes, and mine's lasted.
Oh,
for-
okay. Thanks. I'll have
Nice. And
dinner
it
ready.
just lingered on. I love it. All right. So now let's talk about yeah, so we talked about the flavor. We talked about the body. For the most part, I hear everybody saying that theirs is light body to medium body. Nobody had a full bodied wine, right? Anybody have a full body? No tannins because it's
No.
white wine. The acidity was, in general, what would you say the acidity was? Low, medium, or high?
Medium.
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 Mine's
Medium.
high.
Yeah.
Because the means it's sort of, you sort of feel it like coming down the back.
Yeah, you can feel it in the sides of your throat. Also, you can feel a little tingling in the sides, upper sides of your tongue here. That would make it like more medium on the sweet side. All right. So now let's talk about. Let's talk about how you the quality of the wine, right? So would you say that this was a poor wine, an acceptable wine, a good wine, a very good wine, or outstanding wine?
Good.
Good.
Outstanding.
Good. It's good.
Who said outstanding?
Linda. Wow.
Linda.
Oh, Linda, yours is outstanding. Can you describe a
Got
little
one
bit
for you, huh?
why?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And I can see, you know, I mean, it's a little bit pricier than normal, but I was kind of thinking my standards are going to be higher for this, but I really did like it. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very good.
Okay, anybody else have an outstanding wine? And how much was that wine?
About $25. It wasn't hideous, but it was $25, $26 something.
Well, yeah, because my sweet spot for my everyday wines is like $15 max, right? So like a splurge for me would be $25 and up. So yeah, and I'd like to know the price of the wine too. Not that the price matters for the wine, but it's a great point of reference, a great point to start off with, right? Because you can taste the difference between a wine that's under $10 and the wine that's $25. It's just going to have a lot more different flavors and aromas. So whereas in one that's under $10 or around $10, you would say that you smell like maybe two fruit flavors and nothing else. But with the $25 ones, that's when you start to get more vanilla, you start to get more of the different layers of fruits. Usually, usually they're well-made wines. All right. So she said outstanding. Any other outstandings? Any other goods?
The Montenegro is good. Yeah,
it's good.
It's really good. If I want to pick a nice white wine, I would pick.
We'll go back and get this one. Yeah.
Nice.
And you know I don't like white, and so I was really happy with this one. So we're good.
How much was that one? How much was that one?
$19.
Montenegro.
And the other one?
The other one was $17.
Okay. All right. Now, anybody else have a very good wine that they want to share? No.
You saw me, Tina.
Yes, I'm getting that one.
So,
I have to try it.
So then maybe good, just good. How about good?
I think this is good.
Okay.
My daughter.
Yeah, good. Good.
Okay, perfect. I was like, what? I thought you guys were enjoying most of the wines for the most part.
Mine was good.
So good.
No, they're good.
No, I would even say that the Montenegro might have been a very good wine. I mean,
it's a very good.
I really liked it, and I would buy that one again, and I would put that in my refrigerator for friends.
And
it's like I would buy that as a gift.
So that's very good.
I think it's okay to say, like, a lot of times people are like, oh, well, could I say good? Does that just sound basically like, but I think you just keep it basic like that. It's either good or very good, right? And
Yeah.
you can give it the very good based on the price point. So like if you paid only $10 for it and you went through all these characteristics, you can be like, you know what, this is a very good wine, especially for $10. Or you can be like, you know what, it's a good wine. I'm not going to pay more than $10 for it. It's a good wine. It does what it needs to do, and it's a good price. All right. So now, how do you guys personally connect with these wines? So this is the part when you want to tell me. I need a drum roll, please. Thank you very much. I love it. Would you ghost the wine? Like, you know what? This wine was not my style. It was not my jam. I'm going to ghost this wine, right? Would you friend zone the wine? You know what? I like wine. If we're at a party, I drink it. If I had $10 in my pocket, I'd probably just get it from the wine stand.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the one that's
No, just.
Would you second date the wine, right? So remember, we have two types of second date. Second date with, second date excited, or second day, what does that say?
Curious.
Second date.
Second date curious or second date excited?
I'd say excited.
Second date excited. Excited.
Okay.
We know each other. We know each other.
You know get your butt up for the second date. Or would you, now I need another card in here. So like just, you know, my single friends have told me, Tuanni, what's wrong with you? You go from second date to marriage. I was like, yeah, that's
Really?
when I was in college.
Very true.
That's how my love life goes. They were like, no, we need another card. So I'm going to have another edition of this, and I'm going to add a boyfriend card. So they were like, you have to at least be boyfriend.
Yes.
Long-term relationship card.
I'm going to add the long-term relationship, significant other, yes. But we don't have that card. You can pretend like it's that card. So significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend. Raise your hand like this.
Connie not trying to play after her second date. She ain't trying to play. If he get a second date, he don't, you know, she ain't trying to play.
The card is called my boo card. My boo.
The boo. That's your boo.
Second date, you get married. And then, okay, would anybody marry their wine? Was their wine so
Pretty close. I think I would do that.
Linda's engaged.
Definitely long-term relationship anyways.
Linda's getting married. All right, Linda.
You know what? You guys know what? I'm sorry, Linda, but I think you gonna cheat on your woman.
Linda getting married.
No, he's drinking it too.
You guys can live with this white wine for like, if there was lockdown and you couldn't get any wine for 6 months, this would be your wine of choice.
Woo.
That's
would,
I wouldn't be mad.
It would cost me some money at the end of the day, I would say.
No, somebody's gonna give it to you. They're gonna be like, we can give you wine.
Then you bet. Hell yeah.
Money is not the situation. Okay, she gonna marry her wine. I love it.
Well, you can buy it for David, and David can buy it for you, Linda.
That's exactly true.
Oh, there you go.
Tina, what do you say about your wine?
You put some seasoning on it?
What was the one before second date?
That was
friend zone.
Friend zone.
Friend zone.
Oh, okay, friend zone.
So you're gonna friend zone yours? Okay, that's fair enough. All right, so that concludes our tasting. So how did you guys like the Italian or the Spanish white wines? Is it something that you would recommend to a friend? Now you kind of know like the flavor profile. I think Spanish white wines are great because they're usually lower in alcohol. The blends are usually like not too fruit forward, not too earthy. So you can just pop it in your fridge. And if somebody was like, oh, I want a white wine, not too fruity, here you go.
So nice. So nice.
Delicious.
Sound nice.
Delicious. Yeah.
I want to know, what was Linda's wine? I know it was Italy.
It's actually, it's an Italian one. It's from, I think, Tifio, Tifeo, and it's from the region around Etna. And Gambino is the name of the wine.
Wow.
That one's 2018. There's another Gambino, but it was not as, it was a little more moderate. You know, it was probably about $12 or something. And I haven't tasted that one, but So I'm sorry I didn't get the Spanish wine, but I'm not unhappy.
Right.
That's
Too
fine.
sorry, but not.
Spanish or Italian wines. I mean, I'm just glad that you got one that was like a blend. Well, we think it's a blend, right? The blend. So like, I'm glad that you got one that was a blend, so you can kind of see how all these grapes can work together.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
at least it was in Italy. I mean, it was in Europe, so like same. You can almost say same thing. Oh, both old world, both European countries.
Not that far away.
Yeah, that was very nice. That was very nice.
All right.
And
so
it's something that, you know, it's kind of an interesting type of wine. You know, it's not something that's super well known. It's sort of fun to be able to try something different for, I think, for all of these, you know, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the fun part, because I want to start exploring. So like next week, I'm requesting everybody have a Petite Verdot. Country doesn't matter. It can be from any country. It can be from anywhere in the world. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a mission, because sometimes, a lot of times, winemakers don't make a 100 Petite Verdot. I think if you went to the wine house on Cotner Street, if you're in LA, you might be able to find it, because I know they buy some for it when they teach their Nassau classes, their Somm classes.
I know where that is, so we can go there, Carmen.
Yeah, so you can go to the wine house on Cotner. But Petite Verdot is the next one. It also is popular in a blend. So if you cannot, last resort, cannot find it on its own, a single varietal, you can.
Where's the first place you said it is in LA?
The wine house.
Oh, the wine house.
Oh, Tina, so you're in LA with us?
Oh, girl, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna get together. We can get 3 wine tastings going on.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like too, you guys can just all put your money in together, and then you guys can decide to get one that's least expensive, one that's medium expensive, and then one that's high up.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so I will see you guys next week. Petite Verdot. It's going to be the same link, so the same link that you used to get into tonight, you can use next week. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email.
All right.
Tuanni, are you back in the U.S. now, or are you still in Africa?
No, I'm still in Africa.
Oh, I kind of thought so, but you have something behind you that's different than
You have your bar behind you.
Oh wait, are you talking about the Smirnoff?
Right.
Wait,
the background.
Like I Spy. Oh no, this is my kitchen in my apartment.
Very nice.
So that's what I was different. Those are.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, those are just wine bottles. They're not full. I wish they were full, but they're
that just shows how much you enjoy wine.
It looks good.
Even my wine rack is empty, but my wine rack is empty on purpose, because you guys know
That's cool.
You guys know that there's.
Yeah, so we can't send you anything either?
I don't think you can send wine across the country. Oh, no, you can't send me anything right now, because they can't deliver wine to me. Like if you said you wanted to deliver it through a South African company, they can't they are not open for business to function like that for wine sales and deliveries.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a ban on wine in South Africa right now. And so it's the 3rd time they've banned alcohol, and there's a ban and there's a curfew. So like, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it's pretty.
Yeah, the States will never do something like that. Not anymore.
People would
go
crazy. I thought people were gonna go crazy here too, but yeah.
And then,
but I hide my wine, because when people come over, I feel like in African culture, if they see that you have an abundance of something, they have no problem with asking for it. None. To say, I have this. Like the person who cleaned my house, she was even like, Tuanni, can I have a bottle of wine? I was like, girl, that wine's so expensive. That wine costs more than it costs to hire you. Like, no, I can't just give it away. I told her it's for work. I was like, no, I use it for work. Yeah. So even friends, they come over and they're like, oh, can I have a bottle of wine to go? And I'm like, no. So
a bottle of wine to go.
No, I'm for real. I'm serious. I'm so serious.
They are,
They don't say a drink, a bottle, huh?
Yeah.
And then when you come to my, and now since it's prohibition, when you come to my house, like usually if you came to my house and everything was fine, even before COVID. I mean, like COVID now, my budget is tight. So like if you came to my house pre-COVID and I had wine, we could open up 4 bottles in one night, 5 bottles, even 6 bottles even in one night. If you come to my house for dinner, we're eating, we're talking. Now during prohibition, I'm opening up 1 bottle and I'm hoping to have half of that bottle when we leave. So like,
prohibition. Wow.
Prohibition.
It's tough.
Kind of stinks to be you right now, girl.
Wow.
And then we have Janelle, who's in that dry state.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, at least
What
mine.
does that mean, Janelle?
Janelle.
What is a dry state, Janelle?
Utah.
Okay.
Oh, Utah.
So Janelle, is it the entire state, or like if you're in Salt Lake City, is it
The entire state.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's,
What does that mean? You can't buy?
no, you can't. You have to go to this special store that has alcohol and very small selection. There's only 5 liquor stores in the entire Salt Lake.
Wow.
And it's expensive and it's a pain. You know, they only allow like 3 people in the store at a time. And,
Wow.
and I couldn't find the wine for the Spanish blend. So it's tough. But I'm making do.
You may do.
I think that's why Oregon is that way too, right? They have the special stores.
I
So
don't think
I don't
so.
think Oregon, no. I think that's more like
No,
Utah's
it's fine.
probably the only place this side of the Mississippi that's so tough with their liquor laws. I think when you go to the
But I know Oregon my cousin lives there and she could only, unless they changed it, she could only buy liquor at the state-owned stores so that the state could collect the taxes on the liquor. So you can't just sell liquor in grocery stores.
That could be true,
No.
I think. Yeah.
It's only state
Sounds like
regulated.
Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. So fun.
Interesting. All right, ladies.
All
I'm
right.
done.
All
Bye,
right.
Prochaine.
See you guys later.
See you guys next
Bye.
week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It was
Bye-bye.
great. Great meeting, everybody.
Nice
Thank
to see you
you.
next week,
Bye-bye.
Tina.